every single one of you have a smirk behind that little mask, but every single one of you are going to get punished by God. You cannot escape God.
So what you just heard there was a woman absolutely losing her mind and freaking out over the fact that in Palm Beach, Florida, they've passed a mandatory mask ordinance for many public spaces, meaning that for public safety, you're going to have to wear a mask in many places. Now, this woman wasn't having it, and she wasn't the only one. And in just a little bit, I want to play you her full clip, as well as a clip of other people that CNN shared. But the point is, while we can laugh at this, and I think we should have the ability to have a bit of a chuckle at this, we have to recognize that these viewpoints, while not the majority, are not absolutely fringe either. That there are millions of people all over the United States that believe what this woman and what these other women have said. That this gaggle of Karens, in a sense, may not represent the average person, but they do represent a certain demographic of the population, and those people are just part of the reason, but a big part of why the United States, unlike many other developing countries, hasn't flattened the curve yet. So I'm going to first play you a series of clips from various women, including this young woman, and then play her clip in full.
You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people. It literally is killing people. And we the people are waking up, and we know what citizen's arrest is, because citizen's arrests are already happening, okay? And every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you, doctor, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity.
The problem with humanity today is ignorance, arrogance, and apathy. Keep taking the road of least resistance. Keep listening to the TV brainwashing you from birth.
And they want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door. You're all turning your backs on it.
Doctor, I really have many question marks about your degrees and what you really know. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't think that you are worthy of your credentials. And I would ask suggestively that you go back to school and get educated.
You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people. It literally is killing people. And we the people are waking up, and we know what citizen's arrest is, because citizen's arrests are already happening, okay? And every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you, doctor, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity. Every single one of you have a smirk behind that little mask, but every single one of you are going to get punished by God. You cannot escape God. You cannot escape God. I'm going to say that again. You cannot escape God, not even with the mask or 6 feet. Okay? 6 feet, like I said before, is military protocol. You're trying to get the people to train them, so when the cameras, the 5G comes out, what? They're gonna scan everybody. We gotta get scanned. We gotta get temperatured. The kids have to go to school with masks. Are you insane? Are you crazy? I think all of you should be in a psych ward right the heck now, because none of you know what the hell you are all talking about. This is insane. And then you want to open this meeting with a prayer to God. Are you praying to the devil? Because God is not listening to that prayer, because all of you are practicing the devil's laws. What happened to Bill Gates? Why is he not in jail? Why is Hillary Clinton not in jail? Why are all of these pedophiles that are demanding you all to listen to their rules, why are they not in jail? Oh, is it because you're part of them? Are you part of the deep state?
Your time has expired.
The deep state is going down. And if any of you are in the deep state, you're going down with it.
So what you can see is just the total footprint of right-wing conspiracy theory. That's what you're getting in all of this. It's a mixture of you're disobeying the rules of God, that this is all from Hillary Clinton and Bill Gates trying to take over our lives, that this particular city council, that the doctor that's advising the council doesn't have real credentials, doesn't have the scientific, knowledge to offer the suggestion that everyone wear masks, that in a sense, we're rejecting God's system of respiration that he built guilt in us that we're rejecting our lungs and our mouths and our noses because we're putting a mask in front of our mouths and noses, and that means that we're sort of distancing ourselves from God. None of this is true, of course. None of these conspiracies that we're being brainwashed, that this is an attack on liberty, that doctors with fake credentials are lying to us all, that this is a rejection of God-given freedom and respiration. None of that is true. But these are people speaking before official government bodies. And again, the city council in Palm Beach voted unanimously for this mandatory mask ordinance. And given what we've seen in Florida, this is, if anything, too late. They've waited too long to do this. But we have to be cognizant that there are ridiculous views out there being profligated through the internet, and in some cases directly from the American president, about how, anything that asks you to wear a mask or socially distance is not only an attack on the economy, we've been hearing that since the beginning, but an actual conspiracy to steal your liberty, the liberty of your family, the liberty of your children, the liberty of your community. And that's just not the case. The fact of the matter is that the status quo has left so many people worse off, and that if we want a return to normal, if we want a system in which people can all have the basic ability to move around, then things like mandatory mask ordinances are part of the process of getting back to that normal. It might take a while, but as long as people do have to go through their day-to-day lives during this crisis, maybe it's important that as much as possible, people be mandated to wear masks in public spaces. But again, if you think that people are just going to do this, are just going to listen to reason and compassion and science, you're kidding yourselves, because while the majority of us might agree that we need to do something to flatten the curve on a local, national, international basis, these people continue to believe it's a conspiracy against them, against Christianity, against liberty. And as long as this anti-science, anti-rationality, vision prevails in certain communities, it's going to be really hard to flatten the curve. Because here's the sad reality. These people do not live in a bubble with one another. We still see these people whenever we go out. And I guarantee you that people will not be following that mask ordinance in Palm Beach and in other places. And you will see many of these same women basically say, I'm not going to listen to your devil's law. And so wait for that, because this fight isn't over.